Here we go. Fuck it. We're straight on. It's been, almost a year since you was last on?
Some would say far too long.
Far too long. I've moved house since you was last on.
That time?
Furiously trying to go through Spotify to see exactly when you were on, but I don't know if I titled it.
It was summer, because I remember it being quite
Was it
sunny.
summertime, yeah?
Well, I think so. It was quite sunny outside. I remember that, because the little dog, she was
This
inside.
is fantastic. So it's Ash's birthday today, hence why we've got Daddy Darryl on, which is fantastic because it's a new, fresh flavour.
Fresh flavour.
You know what I mean? I have no idea what we're going to talk about, but I don't feel like
your flavour.
we need to plan it at all.
Why plan?
We're ready for it.
Why plan? We're just off the cuff. I mean, what a journey getting here. Hey, gold, how you do that every day? I'll never know.
Why?
And we almost fucking died. Some Lebanese decided that he was going to put
Slam the anchors
on just because a police van was overtaking the other side.
He did that really annoying thing where you see the brake lights and then you think, oh, they're slowing down at a normal rate, and then they just plant the fucking foot to the ground. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, it's coming up quick.
Yeah, I saw your van sort of shut. Like, I always leave enough distance. I'm a class driver.
Yeah.
I saw it stop suddenly. I thought, oh, well, is it him? And then I was like looking in my rear view going, oh, well, fuck you know. We're all in. At least it's a sunny day. At least it's not raining.
I don't even know how you would sort that out insurance-wise.
Oh.
You go, right, he slammed his brakes on, I've hit him. And now I've made the van behind me slam it. He hasn't hit me, but someone else has hit him. I said to Mark, though, it was like that... It's like why people do extreme sports. I was like the adrenaline from I'm about to have a crash to then absolutely nothing happening. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy.
Yeah. I'm so happy I don't have to sort out that insurance.
I haven't got that stress of that.
Fucking take photographs and submit it and then
sat on the roadside.
Phone the firm. That's the worst one as well, isn't it? Phoning the firm to tell them that you've had an accident and then getting into the yard on fucking Tuesday. They won't go, oh, you came in
You've had a crash.
You had a crash, yeah, you shit it driving.
And now we've got the lovely moment of we've completely avoided that. It's amazing.
Yeah. And they were choking on that Ribena.
I was going to say,
that done me in.
I got, have you been doing much gaming? Have you been involved with that a whole lot?
Since the last time, I've got Fallen Order. I've got, and I started that, and it is double decent, to be honest. But it's one of those, it's a game that I quite like, because you do a little bit of gameplay, then it cuts away cutscenes and does a lot of it. Now, I like that because there's nothing worse than playing a lot of the game and having a lot of cutscene, a lot of the game, because it disrupts the flow. Whereas, you know, if you ain't got a lot of gameplay, you're just like going to get past that challenge, that quest, and then you're going to have like a couple minute cutscene. It's quite nice. And it's leading in. I've only spent an hour and a bit on it. I'm still in sort of like the training phase for old. What's his name again? Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis.
That's the.
Did you play the last
Survivor?
Last Survivor.
Not yet. So I'm going to play Fallen Order first, then Survivor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand, because there's a lot of stuff coming out now, aren't there, from like Star Wars or like Andor and those different kind of stories and avenues, and it's really interesting because it's not just lightsabers and blasters. There's like a lot of storyline. Like, I don't know if you're up to date with the Andor stuff, but yeah, like the politics and the spies that went behind it. And for me, I'm just like Ash. I'm a Star Wars geezer, and I'll spend money on it. I really enjoy it, but that's kind of like, and Call of Duty, because obviously you just want to get in and fucking
Fortnite's doing a massive Star Wars collab again. Yeah, I mean, I'm not into Fortnite at all. I know you ain't a massive fan on it either, but I messaged Ash about it yesterday, because obviously he's buy anything. I said your wallet's going to fucking suffer. He was like, again? That's it. Fucking not again. Also, in line with us going to Nerd Base on Monday, I think they're doing a massive sale on all their Star Wars stuff at the moment. Yeah, I saw them post today saying that they were reducing a lot of their, I'd imagine it's just like old stock and influx of stock, because they've got a shitload of Star Wars stuff.
Loads.
Shitloads. So I think they're doing like a Star Wars day.
Oh, is it?
I'd imagine how like it will be on the Monday when we go, which would be quite cool. I tried getting into Star Wars, and I just can't seem to get myself into it, which is really weird. I feel like it's almost like, for me, trying to delve into Warhammer.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's so much lore, and there's so much shit that I've already missed out on. And you look at it and you go, ah. It's like when you see a lore map of Warhammer and all the different fucking things that you go by and books and shit like that, and you go, I'm not touching that. I have no idea where to fucking get involved with that, and I suffer with that. If there's too much to do, I'm just no, thank you.
Don't worry about it. And probably now is the ideal time to get stuck into the Star Wars before it branches off into like all sorts of mega avenues. Because you should imagine in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, it'll probably be like Warhammer, not quite as big, because that's been going for a time and envy.
Because obviously, like in my head, it was like, oh right, well you've got the movies, and then it cuts out there. But obviously it isn't. You got the movies, and then you got the fucking series on Disney, and all the different
the books,
and
canon and all that sort of stuff. And it branches. It's like where people have gone crazy on their own and done bits. Yeah, man, it's mental. But that would be good. Bit of nerd base on Monday. I bought a TIE Fighter bust. I'd put it on the group. Yeah,
I liked it. It was very cool.
Ash will probably go crazy because I don't know if I put it on there.
I don't think he did, no. But he loves that kind of shit, man.
Moan at me again because I never send him anything. But to be honest, Geezer's so...
You don't talk to me.
Oh, he's so boring now, isn't he? Geezer's got a couple of nippers.
I was going to invite him to Nerd Base on Monday.
Oh, let's do it. But you know what the score is. Old Jem can't get the time off.
He's lost out on a bit. Do you remember, I don't know if you would have listened, at some point on one of these episodes, me and Ash made a bet about, I said GTA 6 would be delayed, and he said GTA 6 wouldn't. Did you remember what the bet was? It was a monetary value. Can you remember?
I don't remember the money.
He texted me because he was like, I don't know what it was, but basically he's lost the bet because it's been delayed to 26th of May.
Yeah, it was always going to be delayed.
Of course it was.
Just one, it's probably got a lot. They've got a lot to produce, but they haven't done anything with it. You know, since those little clips came out, they haven't done anything.
Yeah, so but I don't think they've needed to.
No, but communication is like.
Well, the thing is, we spoke about it on the pod, which was when we made that fucking bet, and we were talking about advertisement and hyping up of games and the amount of effort that developers and everything put into like marketing their shit. Yeah. And I feel like we come to the consensus that Rockstar's so massive that they just haven't got to do that. You think that you've had one trailer. It was hyped up before there was even a fucking trailer. And then that little bit got leaked, which I still think is like was done on purpose. And then you get one trailer and then a million YouTube videos 5 minutes after that's released saying like, here's all the things that you missed. And then that was it. But you talk to anyone about GTA 6, they know what it is. They know that it was supposed to be coming out. They know who fucking makes it. They know as much shit as you can know about it. Yeah. And that's all done from nothing. So it's like, do you need... I'd love another trailer, but do you need one?
Well, you don't need it, but that's not to say, what you shouldn't at least communicate with your audience. Like, you don't need to do a lot of things, but it's the way you win people on side, and they're gonna,
I think
they're gonna sell out, and it's gonna be a nightmare to get. And
it's gonna be the biggest game in the world.
Yeah, but I still think a little bit here and there,
because they said,
miss.
I feel like one of the last communications from them was them reassuring everyone that no, it was releasing this year, and I was just so adamant. I was like, "There's no chance," because I feel like that's just become the norm now for most games. Is here's a game, here's a reveal trailer. Fucking couple months later, here's a release date for said game, and then you get maybe 4 months before the release date, and you go, "Oh no, we've got to knock it back. We've got to knock it back because we want to take our time with it." I feel like you had the Cyberpunks and the No Man's Skies where those games released and they were just shit because they were undercooked, and then patches after patches to fix it. And I feel like you've now shifted to the other side where everyone's just more comfortable to delay their games because they go, well, if you want it perfect, you're going to have to wait.
It's still not going to be perfect when it releases.
No, God no. I don't. Did you ever play GTA 5?
Yeah.
Did you ever experience the online servers when they first went live?
Nah,
fucking travesty. So obviously they released GTA 5 main campaign, all of that stuff, and then the online came available. It's like a couple of weeks after the game released, and the servers were a fucking shit show. because obviously every person that had bought GTA was then flooding into online,
Yeah.
and they were a mess for a solid week, which was massively impactful in terms of like launching your online service of a game when no cunt can get on it.
Yeah.
It'll be the same shit for this as well, guarantee it. Because every company makes that same mistake where their servers just aren't big enough to compensate for how many people are going to be interested.
Yeah, because I suppose they're also like you can have that Mega Drive. Well, no pun intended there. Mega Drive, a Mega Drive, and then you'll get that drop off. But I don't really. I'm not that technically minded whether or not they can then, if they've got so many servers and how easy it is to then just drop off after that, drop a few servers, or whether or not that costs lots of money. But they're not as if they're gonna lose money.
Yeah, that's gonna be mega.
People are gonna like yourself. People are gonna take the day off. People are gonna buy.
If I'm not taking the day off and phoning in sick,
yeah.
just listen now. If Amit or fucking anyone's listening to that, Andrew,
I'm fucking third strike.
I'm taking that fucking day off. It's not happening. They'll
But
probably take the fucking day off.
Won't be happening this year anyway, will it?
No one's going to be here, guarantee it. But it's it's just going to fucking take over. The amount of money, I think.
All that just so you can smash a prostitute in the face
With a dildo.
Yeah, exactly.
If I can't do that, then it's not worth having.
Run a mother over with all her kids.
It's the closest to South Park that you're going to get. 100%.
Great. It's the closest to, when you're doing something in your head, you're like, I'd love to fucking just smash the... or just take a hatchet, but you can do it. There you go.
Here you go. It's a sandbox for serial killers. You can do whatever you want to do.
If they've done a request, like they took sort of 5,000 people and they just said, like, what's like your ultimate fantasy of like sex, drugs, rock and roll, and murder? Like if they said that to you, if they said, Mr. Langdon, we want you to come up with like a little, little bit within GTA, and we want you to murder someone. Who would it be? They want you to fuck someone, and then they want you to impregnate someone. What would you say? So let's go with a murder first. Who are you murdering?
So they've come to me and they said, we're going to implement this into the game.
In a game, yeah.
And you can murder someone.
How?
How you would murder someone, not who I'm murdering. How
and who?
See, they normally like to go for celebrities, don't they? And then change their name a little bit so that they don't get done over. Who would I want to do? There's this really weird guy called Nick Accardo.
All right.
Nick Accardo or someone like that. I don't know. Really weird geezer. He did a lot of like mukbangs and shit and got really, really, really fat. Really fat. For some reason, I just really detest him. I don't know why. And then he went media silent and then come back really, really slim. But he's a really weird guy. Kill him. He's going.
How are you doing it?
I just don't like him.
This is like,
and I can do this in the game.
Like
this is what they're going. So they'll implement it like a mission. Oh God, how would I kill him? So let's say in this game he's still fat.
Yeah,
he's still huge. Let's call him. He's fucking 20 stone. He's a big boy.
Big lad.
Which, to be fair, for America is quite standard.
Yeah.
So let's bump him up. He's 25 stone. He's got let's say he's got one of those. You know them wheelchair things, the mobility scooters that have the big basket at the front of him. He has to roll around on one of them. He can't fucking run. He's got pre-diabetic legs, where they go all red and horrible and they can't walk on them.
He's got them blister patches.
It's like that, always fucking whinging. World owes him a favour. And you've got to try and assassinate him in this game, in GTA. Right? But you've got to do it inconspicuously. It can't come back to you. So where do you catch him? Yeah, he's local. In the supermarket.
Oh,
he's grabbing food for his mukbangs, isn't he?
Oh.
He's grabbing food for his mukbangs.
Here we go.
Well, there's one clip of him that really stuck in my head, and it's him making a shitload of noodles, like ramen noodles, but I'm talking a fucking big bowl of Bucketful. Table full of fucking noodles. He's obviously not eating them all.
Oodles of
noodles. So in this mission, we find him at the noodle section, right? And obviously he's doing another mukbang video, so the whole shelf down on the front, shelf. covered in noodles, right? He's filled up his basket, and he's got another 2 carry-ons. You know, like a Harley Davidson where they have the carry-ons on the side, little fucking leather buckles and shit, and they're filled with ramen noodles and all.
I'm getting. He eats a lot of noodles.
He eats a lot of noodles.
Let's get around to the killing. Come on.
Weighted down, right? Now, from the supermarket to his house is on a slight incline. All the weight is transferred to the front of the fucking buggy. Yep. So we're going to follow him as he goes down. And...
Come on, lad. Let's get it out.
How am I going to kill this geezer? I want to tip him over.
Yeah?
I want to tip him over.
What, in a truck or... I don't know.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Kick him from the back. We'll kick him from the back. Yeah. Flip him over. All right, this is what we need to do. Under his own weight, he's now crushed, suffocating himself. Yeah. This is really weird. This is really weird.
I want to see where your imagination is going.
I know, this is kind of crazy. So, kicked over.
Yep.
Suffocating under his own weight.
One of his fucking chins is...
One of his chins...
Yep.
What I've brought with me is boiling water.
Oh, go on. Yeah. Here we go.
But the boiling water isn't going on him. It's going on the noodles. Yeah?
Right.
So now I'm making the ramen noodles. And then while he's on the floor being squished under his own weight, I'm just stuffing him full of ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Just putting them in. Because I'm not using a weapon. Yeah. I haven't inflicted anything here. Yeah. Geezer's just eating. He's falling over. He's eating.
He choked on his fucking noodles.
I'm just shoving noodles in his mouth.
Yeah.
And he's gurgling. Noodles. Yeah. More noodles. More water. More noodles. The packets. Sachet and the packets on him.
Yeah.
One down his arse crack.
Well, you need a few more packets.
Down his arse crack. That's my trademark.
As fuck.
You know, like when they leave like a Joker card on their chest or a rose or something like that. This is my one. It's a pack of ramen noodle sachet down the arse crack.
What flavours?
Chicken and noodles. Chicken noodles ramen. Chicken noodle ramen.
Oh, chicken salt down his crack.
Chicken salt down the butt crack.
Yeah.
And I've just choked him with noodles.
Yeah.
He's dead. We walk away with a pack of noodles.
Oh, well, yeah.
How you'd implement that into a GTA mission, I'm not 100% sure. That's not for me to decide.
Yeah.
You've asked me for an idea as Rockstar. I've given you one that's fucked up enough to go into that kind of game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I can pick up a vibrator and beat someone with it, then choking someone to death with noodles isn't really that far-fetched.
Nah.
Sounds crazy as I say it. Doesn't sound crazy on paper.
Yeah. Doesn't sound crazy enough for GTA, but I like it. I like where you went.
It's pretty nutty. Less violent, but violent at the same time. We've got to keep it somewhat PG.
Dark, isn't it? So you went to a dark place to do that.
Yeah, that's an actual person in real life that I've come up with an idea on how to kill them.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's what GTA's about, though, isn't it? Like it's like it gives you the freedom to go and like you can see all these people.
They must be in dark places when they come and when the devs sit down and they think, right, let's make this game.
Yeah.
And they have to think, what the fuck can we do?
Yeah.
Because there are some dark shit in GTA.
And now they've got to step it up because we're used to the old game, which
Even
is
worse.
exactly the same as what it is. How do you make that better? You have to go darker.
I laid there last night before I was going to bed. It's about 20 past 10. And for about 15 minutes, I was just scrolling through a page on Instagram of people dying. Just people dying.
Dark.
I don't know why. Just like some geezer got cut in half by a train. You know what I mean? Like electrocution.
Dark.
Absolutely nothing. I went, switch that off, go to sleep.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to do some mental shit to get anyone to go, this is a bit much.
Yeah. And it's controversial, this shit at the moment as well, because the world's gone woke.
Gone mental.
Gone well woke. So, I mean, like, they, like...
Go on.
They get... I mean, it's going to upset people. And, well, they obviously don't care, but...
Yeah, you're going to...
I like that because you've gone so far left, and then GTA is obviously going to go so far right. So how is it?
You're gonna get a lot of like South Park. What can we do to trigger people here?
Yeah.
Because we don't give a fuck. You're still gonna play it. You're still gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So what can we do to kiss the line, but not fucking go over it in a way that's gonna like impact us as a company? You go, what can we do to really take the piss? That's why I mean, like, when they put other celebrities and stuff in there, but they change them to a point where you know who they are, but they're not exactly like one of one in someone. So it's like, I know who you're taking the piss out of, but there's nothing that person can do because it's not you. And I feel like that's the kind of shit that they would go down with. But it's funny. It is funny because it's just, you're not taking shit seriously for 5 minutes. You're playing a video game, but that video game is taking the piss. That's why I love South Park. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and gaming's a massive way to do it because, you know, you come home from work and you're just like, right, I want to immerse myself into something, and GTA is going to be there because it's just... GTA
is not the game that you want to be able to take anything serious. It's a fuck-around game. Yeah.
Obviously,
it's a sandbox.
The campaign's going to be great.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you're just like, right, well, I've got to get to A to B, but during that time,
what can I do?
Yeah, I can throw acid on a small child. Where they go? I can take my double-barrel shotgun. Yeah. I can go over to the old phone box. I can ram some prostitute in there.
Yeah,
and blow her head off.
Like the old fucking get a prostitute in the car, have sex with him around the back, and then kill him and get your money back and some.
Put him in a dumpster.
Okay, I'll take that back.
Yeah, I'll take
profit.
That.
Hardcore profit. Thank you very much.
Coins bouncing all over the floor. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, and that, you know, and then back to your point as well. Yeah, they probably haven't needed a lot of marketing because, you know, podcasts like this and people that's what they're talking about. But I do think you should have a little.
It would be.
Sorry,
I really, really would have loved to have seen. Maybe we'll get it now that we've got a release date. A gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
Or just another trailer. It's been over a year since the last one, which is a long old fucking time for something of this caliber to not receive anything back. So yeah, a little bit of transparency, but I suppose it's good that that is a date. 26th of May 2026. Yes, it's fucking miles away, but this is your date. So they've now got all that time, which you silver lining, they must be doing some mental shit to have to wait that much longer. Another year on top of what is already.
Sorry to interject.
Go on.
Is this a Patreon one?
No.
Oh, we're fucking dishing out some good shit.
What, you want it for a Patreon one?
No.
We can make it. I can make this.
No, we're going to both go. Look, that people are getting. No, don't. No, don't now, because I'm teasing them.
Yeah.
I've teased this audience now.
So the better stuff.
So they're like, fucking hell, this was great content. Ash, I put that word in there for you because I know you
loves content because we are content creators.
I say quality content.
Quality content.
Not just content.
Yeah, this is the best content.
Hardcore content for the people.
Yeah.
And then for all you tight little bastards out there, you got to pay these guys so you can get what I'm coming up with next. And if your little tiny brains think
that you're going to get it for free.
GTA, like that little snippet there where we went dark, noodle killing.
That's arguably the weirdest thing that I've said on the podcast. I feel like that's the kind of stuff where backlash happens if you're bigger. But we're not.
No.
So it don't matter.
It don't matter.
Doesn't matter at all. Most of the people listening here won't know the geezer.
No. Don't matter.
It does not matter.
But get your I want to have a shout out as well, not to anyone, but to myself. So I know I got some good feedback from the last pod. So any of you single ladies out there, and I know there's fucking thousands of you listening to this podcast. It's Lumberjack Smazzer 718 Instagram. Get on there. Give me a like.
What feedback was you getting?
Fuck all. So maybe this time I'll get some, hopefully, and some. Get some. So follow me. There's exclusive
Everyone
content
loved it last time you was on. You know, that's one of the most favourited episodes out of the entire genre.
I've also written a book as well. It's called, don't you know?
No, what?
Do you know? What? Yeah, I've written a book called Wanking for Retards. It's pictures only, standard. The pig's out. I thought fucking Mark Manister was in there. So have a look at that. It's in Waterstones at the moment. Top 3, I think it is, right next to Fox's autobiography. Yeah, just go in there and ask for Darryl's. Yeah, wanking for retards. Honestly, go in there if you, because it'll probably be sold out. So make sure you go in there and ask for it. And yeah, I'm sure they've got one behind the counter. So, yeah. Also, Darryl Guy on Facebook.com.
You want to drop your Bumble? Anything else?
I'm on
Can
Bumble.
you search people on that?
No.
Only scroll
I'm on
through
Bumble
them.
and Hinge. So if you're a fit young lady, or even if you're not fit, just give us a fucking swipe. I need to get some, because that's what's happened since the last time I was on. I unfortunately broken up with the one that I really thought was the one. Absolutely gutted. So
Absolutely gutted.
Absolutely gutted. I am. But obviously, players gonna play. I think that was at EA Sports. Players gonna play.
Yeah.
Don't hate the game, hate the player.
Yeah.
So
it ties in well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There's my pitch done. Book done.
Book done. Lonely.
Multimedia done.
Yeah.
Content in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, ladies, as I say, a handsome guy like myself.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
Gift that keeps giving. Don't delay, because I'll have to turn gay. All right, so make sure he's gone. He's gone. Taxi for length. He fucking lives here and he's gone.
Don't delay. Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna take a drink.
Okay. This I
Selfless
don't know
plug.
what I expected. I don't know why I expected anything else. What's worse is that this is such a toned down version of yourself and what we are able to accumulate within a group chat. This is so turned. Don't turn it up.
Don't turn it up. Oh god,
We don't need to do that.
I'm gonna get banned. Get banned
terrible.
from the potty. I'll keep it there for you guys, but obviously the Patreon, you guys are gonna get wicked stuff.
Yeah.
Pictures as well. I'm gonna be doing pictures myself. Mr. England.
Yeah, and your review.
Yeah, review pictures. So,
I haven't posted that review in there.
We're gonna do a quiz on there as well. Obviously.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, if you plan this Patreon.
Yeah, of course. Well,
okay.
So a quiz on there.
I've done nothing.
Get yourself on there. You're missing out.
Patreon.com/what's the buttons.
Enough of Patreon, because they've heard the word.
They've heard the word.
Everybody knows about the bird. Bird.
I was playing Wolfenstein yesterday. Do you know what Wolfenstein is?
Wolfenstein.
I've
seen the cover, but not played the game.
It is. So there's actually quite a lot of games. There's quite a lot of deep lore that goes through it. But the alt collection is what I bought, and that's 4 games comes with it. It was like a tenner on PlayStation Store. And originally I was playing Wolfenstein on the Steam Deck and having a lot of fun. But trying to play a first-person shooter on a Steam Deck is quite fucking small. It's quite annoying. So it didn't grab me as much as I thought it would. But I thought for a tenner to have all of them, I was like, fuck it, let's go for it. And it's really, really fun. So it's basically a world where the Nazis won.
Blimey.
Is what happened. You're
it's decent.
You're an American soldier who was in the middle of war fighting the Nazis, and basically you more or less get blown out of a building, go into a coma. Someone saves you, like a Polish family saves you, and then you more or less become a vegetable for a long time. You can't discern how long, but you're conscious. You're sat in a wheelchair, but you're having to be fed and everything. You're fucked, and you're in this like care home where this family is caring for loads of individual people, and one day the Nazis come in, and without warning, they start taking some of the patients because they've got some evil doctor that wants to experiment on them. So that happens a couple of times, and then the next time they come, they basically say, "We don't need this place anymore. We're shutting you down. Thanks for your service, but you're done." And then they start killing all the patients, but you've sort of got yourself to a point where you're well enough, you can start to move and shit like that. You're feeling in yourself now. And the scene goes is that there's a nurse that's feeding you whilst the Nazis come in. So they come in and then it all kicks it off. There's a knife on the table. So you take that knife and then there's a Nazi fucking killing everyone and then he gets his way to you and then you jump up and you stab him in the throat. Anyway, you fight your way out of this mental institution and then end up having to save the family that was running it. And then that's when you find out that it's fucking, I think it's like 16 years or something has passed. So you've been fucked for that long. And you're with this family in their house and you've got better and you're like, we need to go and fucking fight the war. And they're like, what war? The war's done. It's over. And he's like, well, what do you mean? And they're like, the Nazis won. Like, it's over. You're done. And he's like, well, where's the resistance? And they're like, there isn't one. They don't exist. They used to and they've been captured. They're done. And he sits there and he's like, well, what the fuck happened to America? And like, they surrendered 8 years ago. So they are completely done. And they're not just your typical Nazis. They're like they've got robot dogs and big armoured machinery and amped up. A lot of the soldiers have like these weird electric vile things on the back of them. So they're like super Nazis basically. And you're currently, what I'm doing is they're trying to break out the resistance that they have held in jail. And it's just really fun. It has, most of the games have really good reviews on like Steam. And I was trying to find a game where, you know, when you just want to play something where you can switch off but still pay attention, something that's easy to play. And I normally find that a first-person shooter is that kind of game. But Call of Duty, things like that, I'm just not massively interested in. Whereas Wolfenstein, I was like, fuck it, let's give it a go. And it is really good. It's gory, like shoot someone in the side, they're dead, but their rib cage is all fucking exposed and shit like that. It's a game that I reckon you'd quite enjoy because it's very militant and a fun premise because you're just killing fucking Nazis, stabbing them in the throat, cutting heads off.
Take that, you fucking bitch.
Just typical
knife stabbing.
Typical little game.
What, we got grenades. What are we talking?
Rocket launchers. Grenades. You got stuff. I haven't found any rocket launchers yet. I'm not massively far. Maybe like 4 or 5 hours.
Are they souped up now, are they? Or is it like? Because it still be
they're just
50s,
like,
wouldn't it?
Yeah, they're just like standard guns, but you can like akimbo a lot of guns
in the 60s
and shit like that. Yeah. I wonder when it's actually.
It must be set in the 60s.
Because it's
45 was when it ended.
Wolfenstein.
Oh, here we go. We're going on fucking. Going on Google, lad.
Wolfenstein. The New Order. Yeah. When was it set? I mean, that's the actual release date. I don't need to know when the fucking released out. Because they've got an order that you should play them in, which ties in relatively well with what we were saying about Star Wars, in that when I bought the collection, I had to Google it to work out which ones I should do, and they do a chronological order, or they do just a release date order. And everyone on Reddit was saying just do the release date order. And it's funny that we were talking about fucking Star Wars because there was one post where a guy was saying like Star Wars has kind of ruined the ordering system for a lot of games, TV series, movies and shit like that by having to, because you can watch Star Wars by release date, but it's better to watch it by chronological. Is that right?
Yeah. So because you're getting the whole story.
The story of it, yeah. So this person was saying like that's bled into other other things where it doesn't nearly have as much impact. I feel like that's why I struggled to stick with Star Wars, because I tried to watch it in chronological and it was just so boring.
Yeah, it impacts it because everyone was used to 3, 4 and 5 and then now you've taken some of that away because of the characters that you put in 1, 2 and 3. So I can see how that would
but I don't get why they released it in that manner.
It just would have been funding, wouldn't it, at the time?
You reckon? It's just like that,
Well, they thought Star Wars was going to go absolutely nowhere anyway. It had a really small budget. And that's, it was That's why George Lucas actually made so much money out of it, because
He
sold all the rights, but he kept the merchandising.
Yeah.
Because he knew that if it did go how big it is now.
And wasn't it Harrison Ford? He said he just wanted a stake in the. Was it Harrison?
I'm not too sure. No,
I swear there was someone in like where they, rather than getting paid for the movies, they took a percentage in the profits from the franchise. So now I've just made an absolute fucking fortune, and we'll still continue to make a fucking fortune because Star Wars is huge. I can't really work out. Oh yeah, set against a backdrop of alternate 1960s is what it says here. We have the little description. It's a very, very good game so far. And like I say, it's just something nice that I can switch off from.
Yep, that's kind of key.
It says, blah, 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 blah.
And then the weekend time, you want to settle into something a little bit more story-driven, don't you? When you've got a bit more time, you've got over the fact that your work is not going so great and you want to batter the fuck out of someone. So you just get in and you go, right, that's it.
Well, I was very tempted to get Elder Scrolls Oblivion. The remaster, because I never played Oblivion. I'm guessing you never played Oblivion.
No, I need to dabble in a bit more stuff.
Because that's meant to be really, really good and really nostalgic for people that have played it, but then also really good for people that haven't played it.
Yeah.
Because like Steph's got it on Xbox, and she was like, "Well, just play it on that first before you try to like buy a remastered version." But the remastered version is really fucking good. Not just like a where it looks a little bit more fine tuned. It's very clever how they've done it. So the graphics have been overhauled and done on Unreal Engine 5, but the actual game itself is still running on the same engine. So it's like two engines mixed into one. So it's still kind of clunky and characterful as how it was when it first came out, which was quite a while ago, but with all these brand new graphics. And where Steph was like, play it on the Xbox first if you want. I'm such a graphics whore. Yeah. Where I'm like, no, because I won't enjoy it nearly as much if I know that I can play this looking better for 50 quid. Yeah. I'd rather pay the 50 quid and just let me fucking enjoy that. Otherwise I would have played Oblivion before the remaster had come out. It's one of the first remasters, or one of the most recent remasters that's come out, which I feel like is an actual fucking remaster. We've spoken about it a couple of times, like the Last of Us remasters and shit like that, where you go, you're not remastering a game how you're supposed to be, how I expect you to remaster a game.
100%.
You're doing shit that doesn't need to be done. It's just a clear cash grab.
Yeah.
Whereas this feels a little bit more. I mean, people would have wanted Elder Scrolls 6, including myself, but if it draws people in that have never played that game before, then it kind of is like a new Elder Scrolls. If you've never played Oblivion, then you go, right, well then here's this brand new game that isn't brand new but is brand new.
Yeah, you can't help a new audience like McDonald's. You know what I mean? They're not stupid. What do you mean?
Where they come from?
What do
you mean?
But like, they're a company that's been going for so long.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get new customers? Like, you don't want to, because the people.
Well, you make your food addictive and cheap.
Yeah, but how do you entice? Like, even this day and age, you've got all these people that are like, no, Mark Tarquin only eats fucking organic vegetables,
kale and grass.
Yeah, so you got to tie them in, and how do they remaster a fucking burger, didn't they?
Or they introduce Minecraft.
Yeah, there you go. They remaster
and different
a
toys
meal.
And shit like that. Like, remaster the meal.
That fucking Stormzy's meal, which is basically just a chicken nugget meal. Like, but there you go. You're not getting any...
With a McFlurry. There you go. Bang. There's the Stormzy meal.
Oh, yeah. Boom shakalaka. I want me nugget, man. All be a nugget.
I thought that when I say that, I was like, it's just a chicken nugget meal.
Like, that's all they're fucking doing. It's like
9 nuggets and some chips.
Yeah, sometimes you get a legit burger, like, I don't know, whatever, a ranch burger, whatever burger they can come at that moment. Like, they've remastered basically a fucking double quarter pound with cheese.
I've never heard that.
And they've just banged in some barbecue sauce.
We remastered our menu.
But that's
Off
how
you go.
Getting, variety. they're getting, that's how they're getting new like customers coming in, new kids growing up, getting used to getting addicted. Basically, is addiction. To fucking McDonald's. Same as
games.
That's why these people are interchangeable. Like marketing and spin people. They move from like the Bank of England to McDonald's, and you think, well, that's weird. Why would that? It's literally just the same. It's like any computer gaming. You don't need to play computer games. You just need to know the art of like, how are we going to get people in? Because they're suckers for remasters.
How are we going to make money? Yeah.
But ultimately, you can damage your product a little bit, or you can make it really, really good.
I feel like accessibility is another way where if people make their games more accessible and easier to play, then you're more likely to get a bigger player base. MMOs suffer with that a lot, specifically something like WoW, which they, in their latest patch that's coming out, they released a load of info on it like yesterday, and one of the things that they're bringing into it is obviously with the game itself, you have every class has a rotation, much like how we would play D&D. Every character has its own spells and abilities, and you know what's right for the right situation. In something like WoW, a class will have a specific rotation where if you follow that, you're going to get the biggest output from your character. And if you're not switched on and you're not paying attention, or you're just not interested in that kind of stuff, you're not going to get what you want out of the game, because it's not going to be as enjoyable, because the combat is like 90% of the fucking game. The other 10% is huge, but ultimately it's a role-playing game about killing things.
Yeah.
And with their latest patch, what they're bringing out is it's basically like a rotation assist, I think is what they're calling it. And it will flash the ability that it thinks that you should use. So you'd use one ability, and then it will flash on your action bars what ability you should use next, and then so on and so on and so on. At the cost of, it's called a global cooldown. So if you press an ability in WoW, I think it's 2 seconds, and then you can use another ability. In Final Fantasy, it's 2.5. Don't know why. And this feature will increase that by, I think it's like 0.5 of a second, which basically means that at high-end content, it's not going to be viable, because you're not going to be able to get the output as someone who's just doing it normally, because that 0.5 of a second means quite a lot in the long run. But that's like a way, in terms of accessibility, that would draw in newer players, because you go, right, well, this isn't so daunting anymore, because the game's telling me what I should be doing. Because once you get past like the tutorial stage of something like WoW, it doesn't tell you fucking anything at all. You want to find out about your class, you either sit there and you go through all the spells and you read them, or you go and watch a guide on YouTube, or use any of the other fucking websites that you can use. And if you're trying to get into an MMO and you've never touched one before, that's fucking daunting, especially if you don't know anyone. If I put World of Warcraft in front of you now and said, right, spend a week playing that, get to max level, and then fucking let me know how you're getting on, you're going to be swamped. Because you're going to go, right, well, I don't know what the fuck to play. I don't know how to play these characters. I don't know what this does, blah, blah, blah. None of this makes sense. Much like when we first made our D&D characters. I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. I still barely have a fucking clue.
Well, yeah, I think now you actually...
We're getting there.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's becoming... I think because we played it so close together from the last one as well, we actually got more like out of the last one. Like we're now getting used to the character and what they can do, how they can... Like I actually had a blinder on... sorry. We've gone straight into that, and I got a text here from one of our listeners. Mr. Wayne King. He's he requested. He said, "Go on. What's next for your D&D? Your next session? What are you looking to achieve out of that?" So Wayne King, this one's just for you, and Mr. Lingen is going to answer this one for you. What are you looking to get out of there from Wayne King?
What Wayne King has asked this?
Yeah,
for the next.
Yeah,
what they want. What do they want from the next episode? From the next session?
D&D session. Like, what were you after?
Where the fuck are we?
We have.
That's the ice cream man. Fucking see you later.
On cue. Bye.
Where are we? We've leveled up. We
are about to.
You can't fucking remember either.
We're
can
in
you?
the village again now, aren't we? We're back in. Wivenhoe or whatever it's called, aren't we?
Yeah.
Spoke to the mayor. We got some cash.
Yeah. And then we fucking...
I think that's around about it. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, we're still in there because we sort of hit a not a slump, but we was tired, weren't we?
We killed a lot of shit.
We had killed a lot of shit.
The session before that, we spent a whole fucking...
Like 7 or 8 hours moving 200 foot in a castle.
Yeah, which was blinding.
It's great, wasn't it?
It was mega. Really, really good. And what are we doing for time-wise? Because I don't want to spill all the beans for these paupers. We gotta make sure we spill over.
We can cut it.
Nah, well, should we tie it off? Because we got to answer Mr. Wayne King's message. We'll answer that, and then
we'll throw the D&D in the page, and then we'll make Mark suffer and listen to it.
And remember, listeners, your voices don't go unheard. If you text me, your questions are gonna be on. So come on, text in the group.
No one has your phone numbers. No one has any of our numbers.
07 99 69 ice cream double patches, chopped nuts, mate. You should have seen the bird in the ice cream.
No.
We'll end it there.
No, we'll end it there. See you
there
later.
We go. See ya.